On the bench today is the Squier Deluxe Series Satin Trans Fat Strat. I really enjoy finding examples of unusual Squier and Epiphone guitars from, 20 plus years ago that you look at and you think, wow, where did that come from? The Satin Trans Fat Strat, to me, is one of those guitars. So the Satin Trans Fat Strat was an Indonesian-made Squier model introduced in 2005 and discontinued around 2006-2007. It was part of the Deluxe Series of guitars, of which Squier was trying to offer higher quality instruments within the Squier line. Hilarious marketing decision though, just to me, and a product name with the use of the term trans fat. So I'm going to kind of break down the name. Satin in this case is basically for satin finish, and trans is short for transparent. Fat in this case refers to a fat or humbucking pickup in the bridge position that will provide a quote-unquote fat sound. Trans fat also means trans fatty acids, the very same trans fats that have been linked to various health risks, including increased risk of heart disease, stroke, and certain types of cancer. I wonder who in marketing saw this go out and thought it was okay. Maybe it was actually purposely put out this way. It's kind of a funny joke. Here are the specifications for the guitar. The body is made of solid mahogany with a polyurethane satin transparent finish. The guitar does not have a pickguard. The guitar was available in crimson transparent, honey, which is the color of my guitar, and walnut satin. The neck is a C-shaped neck and is made of maple with a rosewood fretboard and has a satin polyurethane finish. My guitar has a 70s style headstock with sealed Squier tuners, but I've read that traditional 60s style headstocks were available as well. The neck has a 9.5 inch or 241 millimeter radius with a nut width of 1.6875 inches or 42.86 millimeters. The scale length of the guitar is 25.5 inches or 648 millimeters. There are 22 medium jumbo frets. The guitar has a pickup configuration of HSS, humbucker, single, but it also came in a humbucker. The bridge pickup is a Duncan designed humbucker. The middle pickup and the neck pickups are described as Alnico magnet single coil pickups. While the Squier Deluxe Series Satin Trans Fat Strat HSS is known to have Alnico magnet single coil pickups in the neck and middle positions, I couldn't find any documentation from Fender or Squier that explicitly states what type of Alnico magnets. It's just pretty much not out there. The controls consist of a master volume. Tone 1 is for the neck pickup. Tone 2 is for the neck pickup. Tone 2 is for the middle pickup. The pickup selector is a traditional 5-position blade switch. Here's what is amazing about this guitar is you can actually find them in varying conditions for between $150 and $500. I paid only $200 plus shipping for mine. Short of the problem with it missing a bridge saddle, my guitar is pretty much in mint condition. The neck and body on this guitar is excellent. I mean, seriously, a rosewood neck and a solid mahogany body on a Squier with a transparent finish. Normally on a Squier, the body would be made of something like basswood with a mahogany stain finish, and the fretboard would be Indian laurel. I like the bridge pickup. It is a great sounding Duncan designed pickup with a lot of punch and bite, a lot of potential, and you put this behind some sort of an overdrive or distortion pedal and it's gonna kick ass. I think a lot of folks would think that the neck and middle pickups leave something to be desired and would be targets for upgrade. To me, they just don't have traditional Stratocaster tone, and I did some reading and found that a lot of people actually agree with that and upgrade them. Here's what's weird. I really like the tone coming out of the two pickups. I think they're warm, very clear, and very articulate. The combination of the pickups and the solid mahogany produce something altogether unique and great. Yes, it's not very Strat-like, but I like it a lot. I really like this guitar when plugged into an amp. Measuring for DC resistance, the bridge measures 16.45 k ohms, the middle pickup measures 4.984 k ohms, the neck pickup measures 5.071 k ohms. Measuring for inductance, the bridge measures 8.41 henries, the middle pickup measures 1.869 henries, and the neck pickup measures 1.895 henries. The electronics found on the guitar are low cost for both the pots and pickup selector switch and would make for a good upgrade target in this guitar. The only issue I have is I would not want to alter the tone that comes out of the guitar. I like it as is. For me, I might actually do something unusual and leave this guitar as is and only replace the electronics when needed. The 2-point tremolo/bridge assembly is not the normal lightweight fare you'd find in a Squier Stratocaster, but appears to be well made with a large tapered sustain block that is fairly substantial in weight, which would help with improving sustain. I don't see this as something that would be necessary for an upgrade. I found no sharp fret edges or fret rocking, but I also, in the 20 years that this guitar has been around, I don't know what fretwork, if any, has been done on this guitar over the years, but the frets actually look unplayed. The standard 9.5-inch radius, C-shape, and satin back of the neck make for a very familiar play. Even the tuners on this guitar work really well. They're smooth to tune while turning the tuning pegs, and I wouldn't replace them. The only primary downside or con that I found with this guitar is that the weight is 9 pounds and 3 ounces. It is expected, though, with a solid mahogany body without any chambering. The weight of this guitar is on par with a traditional solid body mahogany Les Paul. So besides the missing bridge saddle, the only other thing that I found on the guitar was the prior owner had stripped out both of the trem claw screws when probably doing adjustments. So it's kind of understandable, to be honest with you. They weren't the most expensive screws, so they were kind of soft, and you're screwing them into a solid mahogany guitar, which is pretty difficult to screw a screw into. So I pulled them out. I put in really good quality trem claw screws. I also replaced the 2 springs that he had with 3. Then I followed this up with doing a setup on the trem. He had the 2 posts too high, so the bridge sat too high in the front. I lowered him down to about 1 millimeter, where the bridge front would actually sit only about 1 millimeter off of the surface of the guitar. And then I set the guitar up to be basically traditional Stratocaster floating bridge tremolo. If you can get past the weight issue, this is an extraordinary value for a guitar for what you get versus what you pay. From the videos I've produced on the channel over the years, I've upgraded hundreds of guitars, and a lot of them are Squiers. It's not very often I purchase a Squier, and I just want to leave it as is. I'm currently looking at getting one of these guitars in the HH configuration. The guitar is in mint condition, and the amazing thing is it's only $319.